She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell,
he don't stop. Hey y'all, how is everybody doing? So let's get right into it. Now, listen, y'all. That was the last episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, oh, and I'm sorry. Hey y'all. Word on the street is that Phaedra Parks was the one that allegedly sent this guy Marcus. Now, y'all know how it goes. You know, Phaedra is known for lying. I mean, you know, she's just known for telling lies. And you know, the word on the street is that Phaedra did this. Did she do it? I got the wrong damn thumbnail. What the hell happened? That ain't even the right one. Wait a minute, y'all. So, word on the street is that Phaedra has something to do with this. I don't know. But we're gonna kind of go over it. It kind of looks like she did, and in all honesty, I don't believe what Phaedra says. So I don't know if, you know, her, you know, response to, you know, not having anything to do with it is something that I really want to believe, because I really think that Phaedra be lying anyway. So in all honesty, I really don't believe Phaedra, which is really, really bad. Okay, so let's kind of get into it. Now, if you guys, you know, we're following the show, you know that Porsha's cousin Londi, I hope I'm saying her name right. I think it's Londi. Londi passed away. Rest in peace to Londi. So basically, you know, Porsha and Lauren went to Phaedra's house and they were kind of discussing the, you know, the funeral arrangements. And then of course, if y'all, you know, follow Phaedra, you know that she does, you know, she buries people, right? So she does something with the funeral business. So they said Phaedra was actually overseeing it, yada, yada, right? So Porsha goes into, you know, her divorce and having to file for divorce. She gives us this sympathy story about losing her husband, and then, of course, losing her cousin, right? But one thing, you know, Porsha has a Porsha moment because she asks Phaedra, because, you know, they had talked about butterflies. And I'm thinking maybe having butterflies maybe at Londi's funeral. And then Porsha says, does the butterflies come back to you? And I'm like, this girl just is never going to be smart. Porsha can't even pretend to be smart. I'm like, what? Does the butterflies come back to you? What? Girl, what are you saying? So we got Porsha 265 days. We got Porsha Underground Railroad. Now we have Porsha. Does the butterflies come back to you? I'm like, girl, nobody can, you know, make this shit up. Like Porsha just don't have regular book sense. Like it just doesn't exist. Now, Angela goes to see her therapist, right? She sees a therapist, and let me just let y'all know, you don't got to be crazy to see a therapist. I think a therapist is good for everyone. In fact, I'm searching for one. I had a really good one, and for some reason, she thought that I didn't need a therapist. Girl, how you going to tell me who I need? So I am in search for a new therapist. The lady that I had, I really liked her, but for some reason, she didn't think that I need to see one. But how the hell you going to tell me what I need to see? Okay, so if you know a new therapist, let me know. I feel like everybody should have a therapist, because we all done been through trauma, honey. I'm being traumatized right now. Okay. So Angela talks about her therapist, which is Wendy. And she says, hey, this is how I'm able to keep my marriage stronger. Hey, I go to a therapist. Listen, if I had a man, I would probably need a therapist, because I would probably quit him. I'm just being real. But anywho, she talks about, you know, her marriage, going to her therapist. One thing I'm loving about Angela, she is a regular old girl. I like her. Listen, I'm liking Angela better than I like Phaedra. I actually like Phaedra. I don't like the lies, but I do like Phaedra. I really wish Phaedra would stop lying. But what I like about Angela is Angela opens up to us, and she's, you know, she humanizes herself, not, you know, as if she's not a human, but she really humanizes herself from the aspect of regular everyday struggle. Because what Angela does is Angela lets us know that she is going through with her properties. Now, if y'all know, when the show came on, let me plug in my microphone. When the show came on, Angela was speaking about her, her endeavors with her property. So she was buying these properties, and she's selling them for more money, a regular everyday investor. But what she struggled with is actually selling the properties. Not saying she can't sell them. If y'all know anything about the market, it changes. Right now, we're in a buyer's market, which means if you're selling a house, you're probably going to have to lower the price at this point. Now, maybe a year ago or so, it was a seller's market where you was just selling any damn thing and people was buying it. So that has changed. So Angela is struggling to sell these properties. And I love how she's being a regular human being and like, look, these is going to have to go in foreclosures, okay? Because that is the result of, if you can't sell it, I'm sure her and Charles ain't finna take all their money and pay it. Listen, let that shit go, okay? So Angela is being really authentic and putting that out there. And I like that because this is what we want to see. We want to see regular folk deal with everyday regular struggle. We tired of these hoes on these shows telling us they got a makeup artist, they got a butler, they got security. What else they got? They got a cook. All of this bush that we know they really don't have. Just be a real person. I like Angela. She keeps it real. She's letting us know how it is. All of this fake stuff that these other girls have. I'm not gonna say no names, Kelly. But anywho, it's getting to be too much. Okay. So Angela is talking about her marriage, her properties, and Angela is tired of these hoes targeting her marriage, especially these unmarried, no boyfriend. Y'all don't even have nobody, and you're targeting her marriage. Angela is tired of it. She's tired of her marriage being a part of this. Like, leave her and her husband alone because y'all don't have one on this show. Like, who has a husband? Angela. Okay, Britt was on the show. Britt has a husband. We know Shamea has a husband, but Shamea's husband is not really a part of it. And he made that very clear. So not that Shamea doesn't have a husband. He's just not going to be a part of it. I mean, they made that clear. Okay. So now they attend Shamea's event, right? Shamea has an event. If y'all know Shamea, she's released music. So also, because I know, people say in the comments like, why is Shamea on this show? She doesn't need to be on this show. Well, Shamea said from the very beginning that this show was going to be a great platform for her releasing her music. It's a huge platform. Bravo. So I think that was smart. So Shamea is really on the show because she wants the exposure. And that's very smart. So as they attend Shamea event, Kelly says basically how she's not feeling Britt. And in all honesty, y'all, I really feel like Kelly is somebody that you have to watch. And I'm going to tell you why. I understand that her and Britt, they had this new friendship, but it didn't seem like it was that bad that she should just forsake her and run. Because if y'all remember in the beginning, she was riding for her until the wheels fall off. So I kind of feel like, and Angela said this in her Carlos King interview, that she kind of felt like Kelly was doing what was safe, and that was get the F from around Britt. So it really feels like Kelly's disdain for Britt is just not authentic. Kelly is not authentic. I mean, I feel like Britt and Kenya's was authentic. I feel like Shamea and Britt's is authentic. Kelly, yours is not authentic. And it seems like you're just jumping on the bandwagon because even in a situation where, Kelly says, well, Britt didn't support me. How many friends do you have that's just not able to support you every time you support them? It doesn't go tit for tat. It's not like, I have a friend who may need a few dollars. I don't know what the friend may need. So I assist my friend, right? And then 2 weeks later, I'm in the same situation. My friend may not be able to help me. It's not that the person does not want to. It just doesn't happen like that. So I feel like Kelly saying that she absolutely hates Britt now because Britt wasn't there for her, I think it's a crock of BS. That's what I think. Now, Britt and Drew are shading the hell out of Shamea's performance. And I feel like Drew is getting Shamea back because if y'all recall, Shamea went on, I think it was, I can't remember what radio station it was, but she basically kind of talked about Drew's music. So I feel like this is Drew's way of getting back at her. Now, of course, Britt is talking about Shamea's performance, I think simply because they just don't like each other. Okay. Now, Britt and Kelly, I guess, they're getting into it bad, which is like, I'm really over their fake, whatever they got going on now. Shamea. So wait a minute. So wait a minute, y'all. I'm sorry. So Shamea and Britt gets into it. I can't even read my own right. So Shamea and Britt gets into it, y'all. So Shamea is telling Britt. Now, I don't know if y'all recall, but a few episodes over where were they in the kitchen or something? I don't recall, but Britt had started taking off items of her clothes. So they allegedly said Britt stripped down and took it all off. But of course, they didn't show us that. We don't need to see that anyway. But anywho, if you guys recall, when Shamea was talking to Britt, she said, well, at least you got your clothes on today. Okay. Because they said Britt took it all off. Everything. They said she got bucket naked. That's what they said about Britt. Now, Shamea calls Britt a old hoe. Calls her a hoe. Okay. So it got real dirty. And I was like, gee, Shamea, not saying that Shamea can't get down dirty and talk about somebody, but it was a little different for Shamea to go so damn low. You know what I mean? I just wasn't used to Shamea just going from 0 to 1,000. Like she went low, called the girl a hoe. Shamea was telling her that she was popping pills, and I was like, okay, but it just didn't seem authentic either for Shamea, because I don't believe I saw her go that low. But I think this is what I think. I believe Shamea went that way because Britt said that Shamea was saying some things about Porsha. And I'm just like, okay, if you said it or not, I just didn't understand Shamea's comeback. It was low. And even in that sense, Britt wasn't even matching her energy. So Britt was still like kind of on the surface. Now, one other thing I want to say about that incident, Shamea had did an interview and she said Britt talked about her child. Okay. Now, I don't know if they edited out, but Britt saying that, what did she say? She said something about Shamea didn't go home. Basically, you didn't go home to your daughter, but you were doing something else. What part of that was derogatory toward her daughter? So I don't know. Is Shamea lying now? Is she a liar? Because Britt didn't say anything derogatory about her daughter. What she said was, you wasn't with your daughter. You didn't go home to your daughter. But I know Shamea did interviews saying that Britt was talking about her daughter. So I'm a little lost on that because she didn't say anything about her daughter. If she did, maybe it'll come out in the reunion. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna be looking at Shamea like, girl, do you be lying too? Are you a liar too? Because I didn't hear Britt say anything derogatory toward the daughter. She just simply was saying, your daughter was sick. In so many words, girl, go home and take care of your daughter. You bouncing around is pretty much what Britt is saying. Now, Angela wants to get to the bottom of the fucking lies because Angela is saying that Phaedra, with her good lying ass, is the one that has spreaded this lie. Now, I've been reading some of y'all comments on social media, and some of y'all like, well, maybe Angela put the story out herself. Why in the hell would Angela assist in putting out a story about her husband cheating on her? That don't even make no sense. I mean, if that was the case, she could have just ran with the lies. Like, do y'all think that Angela was a part of this? I mean, what y'all saying? Yeah, I just like, why would Angela assist with a lie being put out about her husband and then invite the dude to come and say that it was Phaedra? I'm just like, I don't know, y'all. That story don't go together, okay? So, of course, Britt advises Porsha that Shamea is mad, okay? Britt is letting Porsha know, hey, Shamea is mad at me because of, I pretty much told on her. It's pretty much what Britt is saying. Now, One thing I really, really liked about Angela, and this is what I'm saying, Angela is classy, okay? Angela needs to teach a class on class, okay? Because it's something a lot of they ass do not have. Now, they may have the money and they may look like they got money, but they so damn trashy, okay? Angela is the epitome of class. So Porsha, the very woman who said she was going to that lady husband, she honors Porsha at her and her husband's event. Angela, you better than me. She would have got the seat way in the back. I would have made sure she got the leftover food, if any food. She would have been treated bad, Angela. So you are the epitome of grace and style, because not only did you invite a hoe that said she was going to F your husband, you honored her at your event. And I said, you know what, Angela, I want some of that style and grace, because it would never be me. Okay. So Angela, my hat is off to you, child, because girl, that would have never been me. She wouldn't listen. I would have never called her up to be next to my husband, let alone honor her. Hey, get away, ho. So Angela, I like Angela for that. Now, at the event, obviously Porsha, she's overwhelmed with emotion. If y'all know how these shows go, they're taping it months in advance. So obviously they've had Londy's wedding, funeral and everything, but Porsha is overcome with emotion, right? Obviously her cousin has passed away. Shamea then, and I was like, I don't know, yeah, I'm starting to look at Shamea's side eye. Porsha is overcome with emotion, and Shamea is telling us how she values the friendship. Okay, Shamea. But I don't understand why that was the moment for Shamea to tell us how she values the friendship, when I'm just like, girl, what? What now? So this is the part that we're going to get into. Okay. Because keep in mind, at this point, Angela wants to find out who is the person who has pretty much got this guy to come to this event and pretty much tell her or try to make a scene about her husband being a cheater, right? Angela wants to know who in the hell did this. Keep in mind, y'all, it is Kelly's it is Kelly's event. Kelly's event. Kelly's event. So Angela starts to question Kelly, because she like, girl, it's your event. Like, hello, girl, was it you? Angela also questions Britt involvement, because girl, we wasn't really friends like that. Was it you? Okay, so Angela's kind of going back and forth, like, I mean, who could it have been? You. And then Drew comes back in with the guy. So they done brought this dude to the actual event. And this is why I'm saying, Phaedra, girl, you had to have did that. What do y'all think Phaedra did it? I just like, so you're telling me that they brought this man to the event and he says that it was Phaedra, y'all. So you saying this man lying? And I got to do some more research, because I even saw something online. Now, this is going to have to be alleged, where I thought I saw that Angela said she was suing the dude. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just like, but again, Phaedra lies so freaking much. I'm one of them people that if you are a liar, I don't believe shit you say. So how is it that this guy showed up in Phaedra's face, showed up in her face, and what did he say? What the hell did he say? He showed up and told Phaedra what?
Some bullshit. I ain't got time for this. I'm too old for this.
There's somebody in this circle of y'all that is not happy with Angela.
Is somebody in this circle that's not happy with Angela? That's what the guy said. But my thing is, I'm just like, Phaedra, you were the very person that was just on Married to Medicine. They ran your ass up out of there, okay? They ran your ass up out of there on Married to Medicine. Then she had the nerve to say, Phaedra did, while she was on Married to Medicine, that she wished she had been on a show like Married to Medicine because perhaps she would have stayed married. But yet you are trying to put out lies in the universe about a whole nother woman's husband, and you know it's a lie. Phaedra, do you like Charles? What's the deal? Because I guess I'm confused. What do y'all think would be the reason for Phaedra doing this? I mean, y'all think she's just trying to make story? Well, she couldn't be trying to do that because she's lying, saying she didn't do it. So who do y'all like? What do y'all think? If you think it's Phaedra, what do you think her reason is for doing it? Like, what is her reasoning for doing this? Like, girl, Phaedra only filmed for 10 days. 10 days. So, girl, in 10 days, you lying again? This guy is saying that Phaedra did it. Ah, Boggs, girl, that's a good one. Maybe that's it, because I mean, I like Angela, and this is season 1. Angela, I like Angela. I do. Angela is everything that they supposed to be because she's real. I mean, she's talking about her foreclosure. She's being emotional. Something these fake ladies, I guess, after they, be on these reality shows for so long, they kind of know how to maneuver and not really give us a lot. But this man is saying that Phaedra.
And who is that?
Oh, say it.
Phaedra. That man said it was Phaedra. Phaedra, you ought to be a damn shame of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. So D, you said it might not be Phaedra. It could be a script or someone is trying to use Phaedra's past to put a point across. I don't know. I mean, you think that somebody, well, here's the deal. Why would that man lie on a whole attorney? Like, why would he show up and lie on a whole attorney unless he has some kind of proof? I mean, why would he do that? Why would he do that? And if y'all recall, even in that scene, I got to go back and look at it, but he said that Phaedra actually came over to him when the cameras wasn't running. So I believe it was Phaedra. I believe it was Phaedra. I mean, I believe that it was Phaedra. What y'all saying? I believe that it was Phaedra. Phaedra is such a, I want to say a good liar. She's a good liar because I feel like she can look you in your face and lie. But we done saw Phaedra lie on somebody to the tune that it could have cost them their entire career. And then she never corrected it. She never corrected it. She never corrected it. Mary Jane's baby. Hi, Mary Jane's baby. I believe Phaedra offered Messi, Marcus, an expungement, of his record if he walked up to Angela. You know what? I'm glad you said that because I have been hearing the rumors about this guy, and they say he owed nasty pedo. Now, I don't know, but that's what the streets is saying. You said, Boggs Girl says she's not a good liar. She's stupid as a... So this guy is saying that Phaedra, but look at how Phaedra's reacting.
Phaedra, how could you do something?
No, Phaedra didn't do it.
What are you talking about?
Did y'all see her facial movement? She's like, girl, he said it was you, ma'am. You sitting there making faces? Who does that? Phaedra is like, ma'am, he said it was you. Right. It's like you're making a dumb look. I believe she did it, like her facial expressions, and she promised him something because from what I'm learning is that this dude has a lot of stuff or whatever on his record, and he's done some really crazy stuff. And maybe he was vulnerable to whatever it was she was offering. Right. Messy Marcus is not allowed around playgrounds and schools. Ronnie says in another interview, he said she didn't. Maybe Phaedra got to him, because out of all of the people, why did he say Phaedra did it? Like, I don't know, y'all.
You accuse anybody.
Phaedra is the godfather in Atlanta.
Phaedra is the godfather in Atlanta. The godfather in Atlanta. What y'all saying? Says she don't know Angela didn't do, she's in foreclosure. Right, Thelma. That's a good one, because as they go back and forth, Phaedra goes on to say Angela is in foreclosure. But the crazy part that Phaedra doesn't seem to understand is that Angela is not like them. So I don't think Angela gives a damn, because Angela says that's no news. So, possibly Phaedra thought that her being in the foreclosure with the investment properties was something that she wants to hide. But apparently Angela don't give a damn about, being in foreclosure. She's been speaking about these properties for some time.
The godfather of what? My mother taught me to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
She controls Atlanta.
What the hell's that to do with her?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't get her response. I just don't get her response. Her response to me is kind of different. Like, first of all, Phaedra, you are already accused. And in all honesty, you did say that about Kandi, but it turned out to be a lie. And you never wanted to speak about it again. So, I think she did it. Gwen says, I think it was Angela. She's just lying. But why would Angela want to put out rumors about her husband, though? Notice Phaedra remains mute and quiet instead of defending herself against Messy Marcus' accusations. Exactly. She's just sitting there like making faces, not really saying anything. But then you are a lawyer and somebody came to your job pretty much and said you back to doing and telling lies like you did before. And she's just sitting there. Now, the fact that they say Marcus is saying that she didn't say it, maybe Phaedra got to him, gave him a few dollars. I don't know. But why would he say that she did this if she didn't? I mean, he could have just said, I just wanted a moment. I was being messy. But to say that she did it, and he's looking her in her face. He's telling her in her face that she said it. I mean, I would be, if I'm going to lie on somebody, I'm not going to lie on them in their face.
How much were you paid? Of course, blame me. I'm an easy target, but girl, I absolutely have no reason to put anybody up to this.
Of course, Phaedra. We don't expect you to ever tell the truth. KC Classic. In the beginning, Phaedra kept saying how she didn't know Charles was married. You know what? She sure did. In the beginning, Phaedra kept saying how she didn't know Charles was married. And she kept on. I do think she likes him and felt some type of way that Angela is his wife. You are so correct. She did. She continued to say she didn't know that he was married. And that grabbed my attention because I'm like, girl, just because you don't know somebody is married, you may have crossed them. Do they really have an obligation to tell you about their personal life? She did do that. She actually continued to say, I didn't know he was married. She sure did. And also, KC Classic, do you now, I don't think it was it this event? I think it was the event before. Charles came in and she immediately went to give Charles a hug. Now, from my standpoint, I thought that was just a tad bit disrespectful for the simple fact that Angela was there first. Girl, you supposed to hug the wife first. How you gonna hug this woman husband first? I thought that was kind of weird. I thought that was very weird of her to hug Charles first.
Nonsense. I've already had my marriage destroyed on national TV, so it's no way in hell I would come for anyone's marriage.
The tea was dropped.
And that's what I was saying. Phaedra has spoke about this before, about how she felt like her marriage, maybe it would have lasted had she not been on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Girl, so how you gonna do this to somebody else? Paula Beckham. Phaedra didn't do it. The truth will come out. So you say Phaedra did not do it. Bonita says, she's never had a reason to slander marriages. I think they might not be able to pin it on her if she did it because it's not her first rodeo. Oh, Valerie, I like what you said. That's the same way Phaedra acted when Porsha told on Phaedra. Girl, you got a good memory. When she told on Phaedra regarding the Kandi incident. Kandi wanting to sleep with Porsha at the reunion. She looked like she didn't do anything with her expression toward Kandi. Exactly. And what about when Phaedra... when Porsha, I think you're talking about the incident when Porsha mentioned that Phaedra said that Kandi wanting to, do whatever it was she said to Porsha. And Phaedra was looking like, girl, what you talking about? Yeah. Yeah. You said, somebody said, oh boy, I just missed that. I want to go to the comment where Rachel said, I would have hugged him on the hugged him first because I've known him longer. Okay, that's a good one because one of my best friends is a male. And when my best friend, who is a male, got married, we're still like best friends. Like I can call him. I don't call him. I mean, if I do call him, on occasion, but we don't talk every day. And if I were to see him, I would hug his wife first. Like I'm not hugging nobody's husband first, even if I had been knowing them for the longest. And let me just tell you why. Women, for some reason, you can be a friend of a man and y'all are really friends, but sometimes women think that is more. So I'm never going to hug somebody's husband before I hug them. That's just me. I'm just not going to do it. She did it. Remember, Brenda is an Ogden's. She did it. Remember Porsha and Angela incident? She taking up for Porsha. Yeah, that's a good one. That's not true. Her marriage didn't break up from Housewives a long time ago. A lady said Phaedra was right along with them. Yeah, stealing cars and charging tags. You're talking about Angela Staten Thelma. And Apollo went to jail, cover for Phaedra. Yes, I did hear that. Well, I agree that their marriage didn't break up on Housewives of Atlanta, but Phaedra seems to think that it did. Phaedra seems to think that is how her marriage broke up.
Up to me at Phipps Plaza the Monday before the event.
I've never met me. You are crazy.
You dropped it off to me.
Drop what off to
The
you?
envelope.
What envelope?
Phaedra, girl, you dropped off the envelope. You dropped it off. Phaedra, the man is looking you in your face. Like he is in your face telling you that you did this. Huh? Rachel says, I'm sorry, Rachel Cordero. Why I don't know her. After I met her and see them again, then I would hug her first. Then, right. Why I don't know her and I met her and see them again, then I would hug her first. I guess it depends. I'm just so used to how women act. But I mean, if you hug him first, I don't think it's a problem. I just know some women are really, really funny. So I would just not hug them, then hug her first, just because I know women be acting weird. But based on, your friendship with him, hugging him is not a problem. I just know women, they can get really insecure. Right, Crystal. Phaedra is a terrible actress. And also too, if y'all been watching Phaedra from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know her shenanigans. So it's just like, we know all of the and the looking, with the looks. Girl, gone. Phaedra came back with the same bullshit. She needs to get off the show right now. The same bullshit. Ooh, Boggs girl. Phaedra sniffed at him too. She trifling. I know she ain't sniffing on that lady husband. Right, Sarah. That's what I'm saying. People are not going to come in who, like what? So he gonna sit down with you and say, you did do it. You did, he's telling the story like Phaedra girl. Kay Johnson, Phaedra don't know Charles like that. Right. She might know him in passing. Right. A real woman knows you greet the woman first, not the man. You young fools don't know any better. So, and that's a good one, Kate. She doesn't know Charles like that. So the fact that she's saying he married, you knowing somebody when you see them out, they don't necessarily need to share their business with you. So why is it such a surprise that Charles was married? He's married. And do y'all kind of feel like some of these ladies think that he shouldn't be with Angela? That's what I kind of get. Some men like regular women. Some men don't want all of that extra. You always got on a damn wig. You always got 10 loads of makeup on. That's okay. But sometimes people don't want to look at all that shit all day. Okay, Mary Jane's baby. Phaedra is too calm about being lied on. Exactly. She too calm. Girl, you should be saying, I'm going to sue you or something. You just sitting there like, huh? What? Are you delusional? You're crazy. Hi, Edith. Hey, Keisha. I still believe Phaedra has somebody pay Marcus. Phaedra got intel from Porsha and has been shading Angela ever since. Exactly. I think that Porsha, Phaedra, and Britt were involved. Right. Phaedra, your hands ain't clean, baby. Lisa D. Kelly, LLOL, like a blow-up doll in this pic. Kelly, Kelly is really a pretty girl. Why she continues to do all this shit with her face? Girl, just thank God you got a face. Some people don't have a face. You should be thankful for what you have. She constantly trying to change her lips. She's simply not happy with herself. Mrs. Edith, Charles wants a woman with class, and Phaedra is probably being ran through like Porsha. Baby, something ain't adding up. Something. Look at Phaedra.
Oh.
With the info.
What info?
Man, I know ain't left no receipt like that, a whole envelope.
Only thing I've heard Phaedra say.
And this is where it starts to kind of make Phaedra look like she is lying, is when Porsha tries to tell us that it wasn't Phaedra. How do you know? So Porsha, this guy is saying that Phaedra did it. You know how Phaedra lies because you know how she lied to you. Or did she lie to you? Did you even believe that lie? Or did y'all try to use that to just, try to smear Candy? Because in all honesty, when Phaedra told Porsha that stuff about Candy and all of that bullshit, first of all, Porsha was freaky anyway. So all of that to me was a crock of shit. And I believe they were just trying to use it to try to diminish Candy until they found out she was going to sue their ass. And then they didn't want to talk about it no more. Phaedra did it. She's so mean and nasty. Boss girl said, every time Kelly, you said her face becomes swollen. When you lie on me, I'm going to stand up and it's popping off. Exactly. Like she just sitting there. So that's what I'm saying. Phaedra, this is giving you did this shit. This is very much giving you did it.
About Charles, he likes to have a good time. So I don't see why she would have it out for Angela. She just got here. She went on one trip.
And that's even worse. You just got here, Phaedra. You just got here. But listen, y'all don't know what, they done told Phaedra behind the scenes, because Phaedra was on Married to Medicine. Was it for 2 seasons? She gave absolutely nothing. Maybe it was she came over here and they was like, look, Phaedra, we're going to need you to give us something. So maybe that was what she gave, because I just believe that she did it. I mean, in all the history of these shows, have we ever saw something like this where somebody came on and actually lied on somebody and said, girl or boy, you did it? Kelly, be nice. Phaedra is fine on any show. Other women have done worse, like Teresa from Jersey. I don't know. Sarah Smile. I feel like she wants Charles because they are all coming after his wife, right? And after their marriage has lasted this long, that's why they all keep making ugly comments, right? It's just, isn't that crazy though, to try to attack somebody's marriage and you don't have one, or if you had one, you couldn't keep it because you divorced. So it's giving that they're envious. And to be honest, I think a lot of these women, because I've been told that a lot of times they get, they become jealous, Angela, everybody is just loving Angela. And it could be that too. Sharon Reed, she lying. She did it because she probably wanted Charles to be her, to like her friend. Oh, hey. Right, Kay. Porsha immediately dismissed it out loud, but said nothing in Shamia's defense when Britt said she lied about her daughter being sick. Exactly. And this is why it seems like Phaedra did it, because Porsha is like, even if, it seemed like Porsha would have been looking at Phaedra because, the man done showed up and said Phaedra did it, but Porsha is like, no, she didn't. And then watch this. Porsha actually goes on to say she think Angela did it to herself.
And now she has been framed.
Phaedra is an attorney. So you think she would be this stupid to have a trail of documents and an envelope? Come on. So she reached out.
So y'all say y'all think she did it. Phaedra, let me see what Kathy's saying. Phaedra did when she brought up that foreclosure. That was proof for me. She did a background check on all the newbies to prepare her reads. Absolutely correct. Yep. So Phaedra was doing her homework, because she did say, she went on to talk about Angela's properties being in foreclosures. And Angela is like, girl, that is no news. That's no news. Mary Jane keeps saying Pistol Patty. Oh, yes, Pistol Patty. Who is Pistol Patty? That gotta be Britt. I think both plotted this, Phaedra and Porsha. It is giving that Porsha had something to do with it, because even with Porsha and Phaedra being good friends, if Porsha didn't know and the man is there saying you did it, why isn't Porsha looking side-eye at Phaedra like, she like, Phaedra didn't do it. So it could be given that Porsha is in on it too. It is given that Porsha may be a little bit in on it too.
Out to you.
We have a connect.
I mean, I can't even find my mouth to put the popcorn in it because I'm so.
So it looks like what the guy is saying, there is a middle person. Is that what y'all getting? It seems like there was a middle person that could have been reaching out to him, maybe on behalf of Phaedra. What y'all saying? Sarah Smile. That's because Porsha and Phaedra are both in on it. They're all jealous because she had a husband to which they are trying to break down a relationship and make it seem as if he doesn't love her. That is the narrative that I've been getting. Like, they're pressing in on this woman's marriage, and Charles was the only husband at the reunion, and y'all talking about him. Where your husband? Charles said, where y'all husbands at? Where y'all husbands at?
engaged and involved in this movie.
Tell me who's the connector. Say the name that you guys know.
His name is Junebug.
Junebug. It was Junebug, y'all. Listen, I know everybody know old Junebug. Not Junebug. Not Junebug, y'all. Messy Marcus is general manager of the restaurant, not the owner. So if he saw Charles sitting at a table with the woman, it's still a nothing burger because it could have been business. Boy, not an old messy Junebug. Porsha might want revenge on Phaedra after the candy scandal. Yeah, they definitely haters. They are definitely good or bad publicity. Phaedra going to stay relevant. She loves it. And she knew that reunion look was going to have folks talking. You know what? That's a good one, because think about it. Phaedra only came in for 10 days. What really was she going to give for 10 days? So this is really the only thing we're talking about with regards to Phaedra. So it's really given that she did do this. It's giving that she really did do this. That's what it's giving.
Drew, did you write this? Oh, you just act in it. Got it. Tubi.
Who is Junebug?
Who in the hell is Junebug? Who is Junebug? Exactly. Stop talk with Mel. Phaedra did it. Her face is always striking that shock pose. And that's what we said, though. Phaedra's expression is the same expression she gave us when she lied on Candy. It's just like her facial expressions are always the same when she is caught lying. Like, girl, come up with something else. Sonia, I'm so confused on why Phaedra was brought back after what she did to Candy without even an apology or acknowledgement that she was wrong. She's a liar. Exactly. She never acknowledged it. In fact, she kind of brushed over it like, okay, I made a mistake. Girl, yeah, Phaedra, I think she did do this. It's really, really, really giving Phaedra.
Who the hell is Junebug? You know what? This is all a scheme that Ty came with.
Not a scheme that Ty set up. This is a scheme that Phaedra set up. And, you know, the people saying maybe Porsha set up. I mean, it's a scheme that Phaedra, Porsha, and maybe Britt set up. Charles is a real man, and he stand behind his wife, and they hate it. Exactly. Because Phaedra, when you was married to Apollo, do y'all remember that episode when Phaedra was locked out of the room and she was trying to get in, and Phaedra, Apollo was like, well, figure it out, and left. Yeah. I agree. Angela lined all them hoes up on that couch and interrogated all of them. I was done. Yeah, listen. Angela is definitely my favorite housewife, and she is like, you know, this is her first season, and she whooping their asses. She is.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the boo.
A scheme that Ty set up. No, this is a scheme that Porsha, Phaedra, and possibly Britt set up.
Todd, I don't know where you at, but you did this.
I promise that's the truth. I don't want to hear the truth. I'm done with that. I'm out of here.
Well, that could be any of our cousins. Everybody got a Junebug around here somewhere.
So, of course, Junebug did it. But from what I'm getting from that guy is that Junebug is possibly, you know, the middle person. Remember when Phaedra dug up Nene's past and it played out at the reunion? Sheree and Charles used to mess around. Yes, they did bring that up. They did. Thank you so much, Kathy Smith, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Now, Sarah, you said, where is Shamia's husband? So Shamia did say, if y'all recall, Shamia had been asked several times to join the Housewives. Shamia's husband don't want to be a part of this messy shit. So he did, from what Shamea said, he did agree to participate sometime. He ain't coming to this. So don't expect to see Shamea's husband. Don't expect to see Shamea's husband. He's not, he ain't coming. Yeah, Shamea's husband is not coming to no reunions.
First of all, Angela, why would I have a beef with you?
Is it the ring?
What ring do you have that I want?
What ring do you have that I want? Huh? What ring do you have that I want?
Marriage, right?
What
A
marriage do I
marriage?
want?
You want one, Phaedra? Because
Girl,
you tried
bye.
to come in between mine?
Girl,
You
girl,
did. You
you're
sent him.
deflecting. Because if
I'm
you
not
think
deflecting.
I like
This
your
is your
husband,
character.
you don't even know
level-
me.
I know the moves you play. And the level that you're playing at is kind of low right now.
Girl.
Because
Phaedra couldn't say nothing. Did y'all get that? She was reading her for filth, and Phaedra just sitting there like, what ring? I like your husband. I mean, we kind of think you like him, Phaedra.
I trusted you and I liked you. But when
I liked you too.
but no, you want to
Y'all, Phaedra said, I thought I liked you too. I thought? You thought, Phaedra?
You're
You
accusing
wanna
me of
feel
something
like-
with no proof.
in the Godfather, baby, it says, be wary of the person who brings you the information. Phaedra, you gave me everything.
What you mean?
You
You
gave me
introduced him.
everything.
What y'all saying in the chat? You said y'all call her Fakeitra. Even invited Nene, half sister, she sure did, to her child's birthday party. And Nene and her sisters weren't on good terms. She sure did. She sure did. Yes, she did. Thelma Grant, don't be surprised that they don't put Shamea's back as a friend because she didn't give them what they were wanting. I actually like Shamea better as a friend, to be honest, because I feel like with this franchise, I really think that your husband, you know, because it's Real Housewives, like we really want to see the dynamic between the husband and the wife. Sherry G, Porsha and Phaedra did this. Porsha told Phaedra everything that had been going on exactly. They didn't think Angela was going to get to the bottom of it. That is why Porsha says now that Angela did it herself. You feel me? That's what I said. I said, even this is what makes it seem like Phaedra did do it, because how is Porsha so convinced that Phaedra didn't do it after the man shows up and said she did do it? And then Porsha says, no, it was Angela. I'm like, no, Porsha, you probably had something to do with it too.
How did you receive Parkinson's full name and work information?
Phaedra called me. She said, hey, you know, the guy who approached you, I remember him. She said she has the memory.
Now, this was the part, though, that was a little bit off for me. Why would Phaedra give Angela the man's name? Y'all think, like, I was a little bit lost, because why would Phaedra give his name? I was a little bit lost because according to Angela, Phaedra was the one that told her who this guy was. So then I was looking like, okay, well, why would Phaedra tell her who the guy's name is? I didn't understand that part, because from that information that Angela received from Phaedra, this is how she was able to find the guy. This is how she found him.
We have an elephant, and his name was Marcus such and such. And she said he works at such and such. Yeah, she gave me the information.
So what are y'all saying about that? Both Angela and Porsha are liars and dishonest. You said Angela and Porsha? Or maybe Phaedra and Porsha? She was trying to throw Angela off track. Okay, that could be it. Because guess what? Angela being a season 1 housewife, they normally don't come in like Angela. Like Angela is giving it to these hoes. Like for real. Angela is, you would think Angela been on here for a few seasons. So they probably didn't think she was going to be as sharp as she is. I mean, because think about it. Generally, those first season housewives, they don't really give what Angela has been given. So possibly the reason that she revealed the information, she didn't maybe think that Angela was going to get to the bottom of it. But in fact, she did. She actually did.
They introduced themselves in front of us. I don't know the man from Adam's house cat. It wasn't my event. The real person is the person who made the guest list and allowed him in.
Oh, so she says it's Kelly. So Phaedra, and again, this is typical Phaedra's behavior. So Phaedra is alluding to it was Kelly because she's saying this was Kelly's event. She made the guest list. Yeah. Bonita Barbie. Yeah. Look at Britt and Kelly compared to Angela's first season. You'd never know. All right.
But to think, after all I've been through with this group, that I would show up again to get into some controversy, girl, you must have lost your mind.
Well, I don't know, Phaedra, because I was saying the same thing. Like, why would Phaedra do this? Girl, they saying you did it. Phaedra made that call thinking it would throw Angela off to make it seem like she had no part in it. What Phaedra did not realize was that Angela was about to play detective. Yes, and now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think Phaedra read into it because, again, this is not the typical behavior of a first-year housewife. But see, Angela was prepared, and from what I saw, even from the reunion snippets, honey, she is prepared for the reunion. So Angela gave a little bit more than what they were expecting.
All of the roads led to Phaedra.
You're researching, but you're failing to tell us that you're in foreclosure.
And see, that was another one too. You're researching, but you failed to tell us you're in foreclosure. She actually did. She spoke about that. Angela has spoken about her properties since she'd been on the show. She said that she was trying to sell the properties. She talked about how she needed to sell the properties. She also went into saying that if she didn't sell the properties, it was going to be a problem. So she actually did talk about that, Phaedra. So you're wrong again. What somebody said, Angela, what did you say, Helen Levy? Angela is the only good thing on this show. These women are low budget, personality, and worth. I gotta agree. Like Angela, Angela for the fucking win. And the fact that Phaedra done researched this woman to the fact that about her foreclosures, thinking that she didn't say anything, but she in fact did, because y'all gotta understand, Phaedra only came 10 days into filming, so she probably wouldn't have known that. But it seems like, just based on their conversation, that Phaedra actually was researching to try to get some dirt on Angela. Bonita Barbie and Faye had been coming for Angela's marriage since she got on camera day one. She's also been shading Angela a lot too, absolutely saying Angela look old. She's been saying that Angela looks old. She has. I have to agree. Yes, Nikki, that's what I just said. First, Phaedra says Angela looks old. She sure did. Miss Dogan TOU. She didn't have to research. Like they said, folks bring the info to them. Sigh. Right. Yeah. Okay. So Phaedra wants to tell us that Angela didn't tell the group that her properties was in foreclosures. But in fact, she did, because if y'all remember, wasn't it Shamia that was maybe talking about her and her husband getting some of the properties? Yes. What y'all saying in the chat? Angela is starting. She spilled her own tea. Angela starting. She spilled her own tea. Damn phone autocorrect. Okay, gotcha. Right. What does her foreclosures have to do with anything? Exactly. Like, what does her foreclosures have to do with it? It has absolutely nothing to do with you sending some dude saying that her husband was cheating on her. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. And in fact, the foreclosures that Phaedra is talking about is simply Angela and her husband invested in some properties. They invested in some properties that they were going to sell. And she like, look, Angela said, if she don't sell them, they gonna go into foreclosures, because I mean, a person can only pay a mortgage for so long. They do have their, their other obligations. So what Angela said from the beginning is when she bought those properties, the goal was to sell them. Even when she bought them, they had to hold them and sell them. They had to pay the mortgage. So what she had said from the beginning is they had only allowed it so much money to do that. And if the properties didn't sell, they was going to let them go. She said that from the very beginning. She also said that Charles was not interested in continuing to pump money into the properties. He was over it. So it ain't even like they didn't have it. They were just like, look, if the properties don't sell, give them back to the bank. I mean, and that's just what they did for, I think, some of them. So I think it was 2 that they let go. Brooklyn, exactly. How did she know about the foreclosures? Phaedra was working with Porsha. Porsha told Phaedra about all the people she was beefing with, specifically Drew and Angela. Exactly. And Phaedra came in hot. Fire Robin. Porsha prep. Y'all, you said Phaedra. not the old Phaedra. Porsha prepped Phaedra before her appearance on the show. This was all planned. Right. Exactly. And you know what? I totally even forgot about that part, that Angela and Porsha had an issue, because in all honesty, shit, it was Porsha talking about she was going to F that lady husband. Angela didn't really do anything to Porsha. And in fact, Angela was a class act with allowing, which she honored Porsha at her event. And I'm like, Angela, you're a better woman than me, because she wouldn't even been invited. Okay. You wouldn't have even been invited. So I like Angela. I really do like Angela. She's authentic, and they mad. Angela made the show without her. This season will be in the hole because it's already trash. It is. And it's because nobody is really pulling their weight. I mean, you got Angela, and I like Kelly, but Kelly, you're not really giving much either. We over your storyline with your husband. And Kelly, I like her, but she's inauthentic. First of all, girl, you want us to believe that you run around with security all day when don't no motherfucking body know you. Okay. I get it. You said that, your ex-husband, talked about doing something to you. Okay. Well, just, you would have security maybe when you're maybe out at events, but the fact that you want everybody to think that you run around with security, that you got a chef and that you got all this, stop. I would like Kelly just a little bit more if she would practice being authentic, because girl, if you got all of these people that you paying for, I'm going to say this, pay for a better house with more security, because you definitely can move in a gated community. But you want us to believe all this? Okay, Kelly, whatever. Angela, Sydney Dennis. Angela is smart. Keep your enemies close. She has her eye on Porsha, doesn't she? She most definitely, that's what I'm saying. I love me some Angela. Angela honored the hoe. Like, come on up here, hoe. We finna honor you today. Phaedra was confirmed as a peach before the event. You know what? I'm not sure. We do know is that, Phaedra said she had only filmed 10 days. And according to the group, she had not been there long. Exactly. Shop talk with Mel. She's the stranger with security. Girl, don't nobody even know you. Like, these people are a mess. Like, nobody even knows you. I mean, if you go to the hood, maybe some people will recognize you, but you're not a celebrity. Y'all in Atlanta, you see so many celebrities, and some of them are way more big celebrities than Kelly. A lot of times they don't have security. So the fact that Kelly wants us to think that she run around with security all damn day and don't nobody know her is crazy. I'm like, Kelly, girl, please. But Kelly be dressing a little something special. I mean, I guess. I mean, Kelly has security. She has a stylist. Kelly has all of these people that she paid for. And I'm just simply saying, I mean, I just wish they would live their regular lives and stop with all these lies. Someone is going to sue Bravo because of Phaedra. She's a liability. Now I'm gonna look it up because I thought I saw somewhere where Angela said she was suing this guy. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw that somewhere, and we'll have to see. Kelly wanted to be the center of the show so bad. She's always loud and talking over people. She's annoying. You know what, Kay, girl, I feel the same way. You said, I hope she don't come back next season. So Kelly resonated with me when she talked about her daughter, and she talked about her ex-husband not really accepting her daughter. But for some reason, we got into a bunch of bullshit. Like, I think where a lot of these ladies are missing out on is they're not really being authentic enough. So they're giving too much bullshit. They're giving too much bullshit. Like I said, when Kelly talked about, when she even talked about being a single mom and juggling that was relatable. When she talked about her daughter, that was relatable. But all this bullshit with buying her daughter 30 purses and she live in a townhouse. Now, I will tell y'all, now in Georgia, a townhouse can cost you $500,000. Like, they got very expensive townhouses. But I just feel like Kelly is, wanting us to think that she's this rich lady, and girl, you got like 5 or 6 kids. Listen, it's hard out here, okay? And I don't even got no little kids. So the fact that you want us to believe all of this bullshit, I'm really over it. I'm really over it. Kelly can afford to spend several thousand on her dog a month, but not a new car for her oldest. Exactly. Now you understand what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. So are you spending all this money on your dog so that you can look like you got money? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And even if you had the money and you want to spend it on your dog, okay, well, buy you a house, maybe in a gated community or something where you can feel more safe. It just doesn't add up. Like, I just feel like a lot of what Kelly does is to make us think something. And I'm over it because, girl, stop. Powerful. They all are living too high and being fake. Yeah, they are. They are. Kelly with security, laughable, but she don't snuff mother looking funds to finish that restaurant. Girl, bye. Exactly. Now you see what I'm talking about. You working on a project that's not done. You spending all this money on your dog. You buying your daughter 30 purses. I mean, you live in a townhouse, so the closets ain't that big. So it's just like, girl, it don't even make sense. Like, make it make sense. Like, you want to, and then do this make sense? You want to tell us about how the struggle of a single mother. Okay, I know about that struggle, but guess what? I'm not going to buy my daughter 30 purses either, because that ain't giving struggle, honey. So it's like, you got to, give us the story, but let it make sense. I mean, how many purses did she buy her? Like, girl, like, what? Kelly, girl, go off this show. Kelly wants to be Beverly Hills so bad. And this is the thing. She can definitely take care of her children and do a great job doing it. But it seems like she wants us to think she's something that she ain't. And I think it will come off more authentic if she just be who she is. Because guess what? If I could buy my daughter 30 Louis Vuittons at one time, I wouldn't. Because why would I want to waste my money like that? And what am I teaching her about just going and buy a whole bunch of purses for her one time? Like, that's stupid. Rich people don't even do that. So why is she doing it? Thank you, Bonita Barbie, for the super chat. She came on too hot. At the beginning of the season, she was trying to bring people together to patch up relationships. And we like, girl, we don't even know you. So maybe Kelly is, maybe she was trying to find her way. I don't know, but it was giving struggle season for me, for Kelly. Somebody said, why are Kelly's kids' hair never done? You know what? That's a good question. So I have one daughter. I have 2 sons. And when my daughter was young, I would you know, I would keep her hair braided. She had big, thick, long hair. So I don't know. I will say this, and this is not toward Kelly, but I'm going to say it. There are so many women that, you know, they keep themselves together, honey, and the kids be looking to look cray. So hopefully Kelly ain't one of them mothers, but, you know, they do exist. They do exist. Exactly, Boggs girl. Kelly is giving delusion. Like she giving miniature Britt Edie for me. Like she giving, what you saying? Now when she did pocketbooks, old school here from North Carolina, that was took much. Now the young lady doesn't want to put bacon on the oven. Say what? No, child. Oh, you must be talking about the daughter. Kelly is a type that buys friends. I also feel this is kind of what I feel. Y'all let me know what y'all think. It seems like her relationship with Shamea, it may be authentic to Shamea. I don't think it's authentic to Kelly. I think Kelly wants to place herself in a circle. You know, Shamea know everybody. Shamea been here for from forever. Shamea can get her in rooms that she wouldn't be able to get in. I feel like Kelly is one of those people that she's going to go with whoever that's going to get her to the next place. And I'll say the reason why I say this is because she was riding for Britt when Kenya put that picture up and they said that was her with that ding dong in the mouth. She was riding for Britt then. So now all of a sudden you say you don't like her because she wasn't there for you one time. Yeah, it's giving bullshit. It's giving bullshit. Nikki Floyd. I remember when the ladies on Married to Medicine said Phaedra gave nothing. Well, we know she didn't give nothing because we watched the show. So true. It's plenty of well-known celebrities living in Atlanta and they don't have security exactly with them when they go out. Listen, Nene used to live in Duluth, she moved. I would see Nene riding her Rolls Royce. Like she in the car by herself. Like we know who Nene Leakes is. We don't know who Kelly is. So it's just like Kelly talking about security. Girl, everybody ain't riding around with security. Who else would I see? I would see Nene Leakes. I know I saw Greg at the store. Well, that was before Greg passed away. I saw Dennis at the store. This is when Porsha and Nene lived in the same area. So, I mean, you got the Kroger there. You know, I saw Greg in Kroger. This was way, before he passed away. I saw Dennis in the same store. I saw Ralph in the parking lot of the grocery store. So it's like these people are not riding around with security. Like it's just, I mean, not saying some of them do have security, but ain't nobody finna go get no security if they got to run in the store and get something. So it's just like, girl, get off this show. If you want to draw a lot of attention to yourself, have security guards, right? Humble Wise. When Britt was the victim, Kelly latched on. Now she wants to utilize Atlanta's best friend. Exactly. Yeah, she wants to. I think that it may be genuine on Shamea's side. I don't think that Kelly and Shamea's relationship is genuine at all. I just don't. Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't seem very genuine. Valerie said Kelly is fake. Yeah, Kelly, I think I would have liked Kelly more if she would have held on to her relationship with Britt. I believe she abandoned the relationship with Britt because it was just, it's kind of like what everybody else was doing. So, of course, you want to not talk to her and just run with the rest of the group. I just don't think that she's a genuine person. Kelly is annoying with all that yapping from the sideline when others are having a disagreement. She's going to work my nerves during the reunion. It just, y'all know what I got from Kelly? It seems like she's desperately trying to fit in somewhere, but she ain't fitting in nowhere. It just seemed like she's just, I don't know about Kelly. Penny says Kelly uses who she needs to. Sydney Dennis, it is big for the courts when a defendant are you saying defendant threatens a victim in their presence? It is not unusual for this. The magnitude of the threat is measured. Are you talking about the Kenya and Brit situation, which is very interesting because we saw in this episode, this past episode, where Shamea and Brit went at it, and now Shamea is saying, yeah, and you bring. So I'm just like, girl, you should have said that before because y'all was acting like it never happened. Yes, Kelly K, you said, didn't Kelly say her husband was physically violent or threatened her? She did say that. So, I was, my understanding of the security was, maybe for the husband, the ex-husband, because I believe she did say that. I really believe, because if y'all remember, her ex-husband went and got a cease and desist, because he don't be talking about my name on that show. Don't be talking about my name, but you can talk about your experience. So I'm sure they just paid his ass no attention. But yes, Kelly did say, did y'all see that ugly joker? He looked like he looked like the damn devil. I'm not sure why she would marry something. Now, I'm not saying everything is looks, but that mother is ugly. Okay. So have y'all saw Kelly's husband? Oh my goodness. Ooh, that nigga look like he drink liquor every day and smoke weed. Okay, he look a mess. Kelly is trying to be close to people that she think has money. Yeah, Kelly she's seeming like a clout chaser. She really is. Yeah, she's not seeming authentic. The way that she abandoned Brit, it just didn't seem, especially when you come on a show and say this your best friend. Like, how you go from best friends to we ain't friends? You know what I mean? I think Brit had very valid points, and some of the things she said, Kelly, you could have talked to me about some of this off camera. So, Kelly, I don't know about you, girl. Boggs, girl. Kelly got a lot of odds against her. She's small, desperate, and clearly wants to be seen and heard like a Chihuahua puppy. Yeah, Kelly is given very much desperate. Oh yeah, Sydney. Yeah, you said we don't know what Brit actually did. We really don't. And I mean, it seemed like Brit did something, y'all. She did run away. I mean, we don't really know what she did. That is very true. I can't wait to the reunion because I want to know what actually played out. But Sydney Dennis, you do know that it was rumored that Kelly got bucket naked. She took it off, honey. So Shamea confirmed that Kelly took it off, honey. She was taking her clothes off. So that could be part of the reason why she skipped the reunion. She don't want people to talk about that. But whether she go to the reunion or not, they still gonna talk about it. The only difference now is, girl, you can't defend yourself. Why you say this? I'm not even gonna say what you said, but why you say that, so cosmic girl? Why you say that? Ooh, Valerie Rayleigh, why waste money on designer handbags when the bags are made the same as knockoffs, according to the doc? Girl, look, Valerie, listen, let me just tell you something, girl. Because they stupid. And honestly, some of them, because I know a few people that I've met that do the knockoffs, and I ain't gonna tell you the celebrities that they told me, but a lot of the celebrities do have knockoffs. And let me just tell you why. Because you cannot tell the knockoffs for the real ones. Okay, so a lot of them really do have knockoffs. Like even some of the ones that you see on this show got some of the knockoffs. So don't believe the hype. These girls ain't no Rihanna. They don't got money like that. Don't think for 1 minute that they got a $40,000 bag. It's fake. You just can't tell that it's fake, but it is. Don't forget that Kelly knows Brit. Oh, Pow history. Yeah, that was her friend. That was definitely her friend. Absolutely. They have lots of brand bags. It's best to travel to Paris. Right, Bonita. You say they'll wear fake jewelry too. Right. Who it was a rapper. I cannot remember his name. Who is this? I think it was Chad Ochocinco. I could be wrong. I believe it was Chad. Let me say allegedly because I don't remember. But if it was Chad, if it wasn't him, it was another celebrity. He said he said most of his jewelry is fake. He doesn't wear the real stuff. I don't know if it was Chad Ochocinco, but it was I don't remember. Because he said by him being a celebrity, people will always think that it's real. So yes, they definitely be carrying fake stuff. Oh, and Fire Robin, they do have, Marlo's store, which is they rent clothes there. So you definitely can rent clothes, honey. And let me tell you something about Atlanta that I learned, honey. They will be lying. Listen, child, these folks be lying. Yes, you can rent clothes. You sure can. Rent them and bring them back. Who does that? If I got to do all that, I'm not buying it. Who finna go rent a whole outfit just so you can look like you got it? That's okay. Kelly knows she bought all 17 bags from China at the TikTok shop. Like the rest of us. Okay, girl, let me just show y'all. Since y'all want to bring it up, I'll be back. Let me show y'all stuff. All right, y'all want to see my Birkins? There go the first one. $19.99. Y'all want to see my second Birkin? $19.99. And listen, it's real leather. Like it's real leather. Like it's genuine leather. Look, $19.99. That's Birkin number 2. Y'all got like 5 of them. I mean, for $19.99, girl, shut your mouth. Look, $19.99. And I got the wallets too. That's leather. That's $19.99. What is you saying? And it's leather. And I got the wallets to it. Who in the hell? Listen, if I had Birkin money, I would never. Who doing that? Y'all think they should be real? The good ones are real leather and an exact replica of the designer bags. Yep. Yes, mine is leather, child. It's leather. I said, maybe they gave me a real one by mistake. Who doing that, girl? Listen, and here's the deal. When I watched that and they were saying that them bags, so here's the deal. The bags, all of them come from China. The only difference is the hardware and like some of the labeling. So it's just like, y'all paying $60,000 for this? The gold plating? Oh, just give me the fake. Just give me the fake. I'm good. Just give me the fake. Oh, okay, Valerie, you said I used to see Tyrese at church. What church was that? I mean, there's so many dang on churches in Atlanta. I don't go to them churches. I just got to go where the white people go. I ain't got time for that hollering, falling out on the floor and all of that. Look, I can't go to those churches no more. Crazy. Some people that don't pay their bills or taxes. And girl, exactly. Because listen, I pay all my bills first. I don't play about them damn bills. What did China do? So, okay. So what are you, I think you're talking about the purses. So as it relates to the purses, so China puts the entire bag together, meaning like the leather and stuff like that. Now, what they do is now they take the purse and send it, let's say if it's a Louis Vuitton bag, they send it there for them to put their hardware pieces on it. So in essence, China make like 99.9% of the bag pretty much. So the only difference is they send it to them to actually put their hardware. And so this is how it goes. Like with the purses, the hardware is like the gold part. You see what I'm saying? So they'll send it to, let's say, if it's a Birkin, they're going to send it to them and they put that on. But they pretty much do everything. They do everything. Most purses have code and numbers to determine authenticity. They probably do, but who cares? Like, look, let me look in your bag to make sure it's real. Yeah. You're right, because I would buy mine straight from Louis Vuitton. I just don't buy that stuff anymore. Like, I have so many other things to do with my money. And to be honest, if somebody was buying it, I would probably get the receipt and take it back. Please. But I did want a Louis Vuitton. So let me take that back. I will buy a Louis Vuitton. I'm not buying no Birkin. I'm not saving up no money. I ain't got it. I can't afford it. I ain't taking out no loan. I ain't buying that. Now, I will buy a Louis Vuitton. That's it. I'm not buying all that other shit. That's a little bit in my price range. Ooh, Boggs girl, you say they empty? Why? Oh, and you say even the replicas have codes in it. See, y'all gonna have me looking in here. I don't know. It was Brit that got naked. Yes, it was. Right. Yep, Kathy, that is exactly right. Yep. And that's what I was saying with these purses. They real leather. Like it's real leather. It's real leather, child. I ordered this from it's the one shop where they give you a whole bunch of different suppliers. That's where I got it from. Because in all honesty, I was looking for me a purse, and I'm like, shit, I'm about to go on there and order like 10 of them motherfuckers for like $300. Yes. So, Boggs, or you said that the Louis Vuitton shops in New York City are empty? I never heard of Sydney did it say, from someone that knows about the codes, the replicas will get you arrested out the country. Get out of here. Well, thank you for telling me, girl, because I won't take them there. You said the replicas will get you arrested. That is too funny. Bonita Barbie, you can get good priced authentic bags on the RealReal. What's that? I don't know what that is. The RealReal. I don't know what that is. Boy, this StreamYard be doing this own little thing, child. What? Let me get back in here, y'all. I don't know what happened. Oh, you said it's a shop app. Okay, the RealReal. Well, thank you, Sydney Dennis girl. So if I go somewhere I can't take my knockoffs, how they gonna know? So you mean they gonna search to make sure it's real? That's so dirty. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here because look, y'all, I am dedicated to fitness. Y'all know what I did Friday? I meal prepped. So I meal prepped Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Since the holiday is Friday, I'm going to actually cook, but I meal prep my 5 days of food, and I'm getting ready to go to the gym. And I'll see y'all later, honey, because I am dedicated to my fitness and trying to lose this damn weight, honey, because I ain't finna be fat, girl. I'm about to be, I ain't finna be skinny now. I'm not trying to be skinny, but I ain't finna be fat either. So I'll see y'all.
Don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too